Goody, welcome back to another video, y'all. Now it's been like 2 weeks since I said I'm finally back. The reason I haven't been uploading is because it's so hard to make a video for some reason. I don't know why, guys. It's just so hard to get out a video. But also I've been really busy with school, but spring break hit and I've just been laying around like calling my friends, drawing. But so I decided, hey, I'll do a YouTube video after like a hot minute. Like my channel's pretty dead, but trying to revive it. Probably not gonna happen though. But today is going to be a remake of one of the OG series of What If Naruto Left with Sasuke. Now we're gonna be changing the scenario just a bit, but things will still end up how I wanted things to end up. Some major changes will happen, but other than that, let's get into it. So this is episode 1. Instead of us going with Sasuke when he's leaving the village, this will be Naruto. He's in a sad state and he's just been bullied his whole life. He just can't take it anymore. He wants to leave the village for good. After spending a day with his teammates, Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi, he goes to eat Ichiraku ramen like he always does. He wanted to have one last bowl before he actually left the village, which was going to be done at nighttime. He decided to eat a bowl of the old man's ramen. He enjoyed every slurp and bite, as he knew that this was going to be one of his last times of having Ichiraku's ramen. I mean, maybe he'd return to the village in the future, but he just doesn't see it happening so far. As he orders up another bowl as he's hungry, Sasuke sits down next to him. Naruto doesn't really pay mind to this and just continues to eat and slurp down every ramen bite. And so Sasuke is just watching Naruto do this. You seem in a rush. Naruto still pays no mind as he begins to chow down on his ramen. He finally, after having a mouthful, begins to speak. Yeah, I kinda am, he says, with a mouthful still. But Sasuke was able to understand him, as he had gotten used to it. After every mission, Naruto would come here, and Sasuke would usually sit here with Sakura, and they all would enjoy some Ichiraku ramen. Those were one of the times that Naruto was going to miss, as they were the only people who had acknowledged them in this whole village. Everybody else had hatred for Naruto, and he just couldn't deal with it anymore. So, it had began to get nightfall, and Sasuke had thought something was up. Naruto, in a rush, he was too lazy to go outside or do anything, so he knew something was up. He began to stalk Naruto until it was night. He thought about giving up, maybe Naruto was just ready and eager to go home and lay down. Maybe that's why he was in a rush. But he still felt something was amiss, so he stayed there. He almost gave up until Naruto, dressed in full black, finally left his house. It was nighttime. He had a hood on, but Sasuke could tell it was Naruto. I mean, nobody else entered that house. Sasuke watched the house very closely, and he saw blonde locks. This had to be Naruto, and the person was the same height as Naruto. So yeah, this had to be Naruto. He began to follow Naruto until Naruto was at the gate of the village. Sasuke then thought, I need to intervene now and reveal myself. He jumps down before Naruto is just about to leave the village, the gates. Where do you think you're going? Sasuke says, as Naruto, a little surprised, is like stunned. I knew something was wrong, said Sasuke. You were too much in a hurry. Naruto puts his hands in the air as like he's in this like robe that's way too long for him, so the hood slides down and his sleeves go back down as he raises his hands in the air. You caught me, huh? Well, Sasuke, do you really just think I'm going to let you like stop me? Sasuke takes out a kunai. No, I don't think. I don't expect you to make me. I don't expect me to make you stop leaving the village, but you could at least take me with you, Naruto would say. Sasuke would say. Naruto would turn around, kind of surprised at this fact. Sasuke would then begin to say, my goal is to kill my older brother, Itachi. Everybody in this village is way too weak. If I stay here, I will get weak myself. There's no point in ever staying here. So what's the point? Naruto, thinking he would be engaged in a fight, would actually take interest in this. You and Sakura were some of the only people that accept me and actually think of me as a human, so I have no mind with this. Sasuke would then begin to say, okay, wait, but stay at the village gate. I'm going to be packing my things. As Sasuke would disappear in black lines, Naruto would wait here for 33 minutes before Sasuke would appear once more. Okay, I'm ready. Let us go. Naruto would leave the village with Sasuke as they would begin to traverse through the forest. They would run into a couple of Abu, some of them knowing Naruto and Sasuke. Sorry about that, guys. But some of them knowing Naruto and Sasuke, they'd be like, hey, isn't that the nine-tailed brat and the last Uchiha alive? They would try to take in Naruto and Sasuke once more, but they were no match for them combined. Sasuke would then finally begin to ask, after hours of traversing through wild forest, do you have any idea of where we're going, Naruto? Naruto would then begin to actually admit to himself, not at all. Really, you were just going to leave the village without a plan. Idiots. Just like you. As they would begin to keep traversing through wild forests, it would end up like this for a couple of weeks. Of course, they would stop for food, which Naruto had only packed a few ramen, instant ramen cups, along with a water, he could boil water, a kettle, and pour it into the ramen and eat it. Of course, this saddened Naruto as it wasn't as delicious as Ichiraku ramens at all, and in fact, he only found the ramen laying in his house because this is before he found out, Ichiraku ramens, which is a long time, so this ramen might be pretty old, but, he has to eat, So, he set down the equipment and he began to boil the water before pouring some into his ramen. Then he would realize, I got Sasuke here with me, and that's going to take up twice the amount of the food because, Sasuke probably needs to eat too, and he's hungry because he's been traveling just as much as I have. Oh no, how are we going to survive? Naruto then looks at Sasuke and takes out another ramen cup before handing it to him and giving him the kettle as well. You must be hungry as well, Naruto said. Sasuke, also hungry, decides to pour the steaming water into his ramen. They began to chow down, and they would traverse in the night before running into a house. Naruto would have flocked at the house as he was exhausted, and the people would come outside, accepting Naruto and Sasuke into their household. They would let Naruto and Sasuke wash up after like a week of traveling, and Naruto, after like a week of traveling, like I said, and Naruto would just be exhausted, taking like a huge nap. Sasuke, of course, would also be tired, but he wouldn't take as long as a nap as Naruto did. He would just take a simple nap, and then he would wake up, and he would just begin to like work on his chakra control and throw shuriken and stuff like that. The people that began to take care of Naruto and Sasuke were an old man, his daughter, and his youngest son. It's nobody we know from the actual series of Naruto. It's just some old man, his daughter, and his youngest son. So then Naruto would get to know the people, finding out that the old man was actually the father of these two, and their mother had died quite some time ago. Naruto would like be saddened to hear this. Him not having a family as well would like know the feeling of having no mother. Naruto and Sasuke would stay here for quite a bit, maybe about a month or so, taking care of these people, and they took care of Naruto and Sasuke. It was like they were family now. Naruto was out chopping wood for the family one night, and Sasuke was out working on his chakra control. Both of them appeared at the same time, around the same time, and they saw each other. They walked into the house only to find most of the family dead, only the younger brothers. Only the youngest child surviving, the young boy. Naruto would run up, seeing the young boy looming over his father's dead corpse, and like his father's dead corpse, blood is all over him and stuff like that. Naruto would run up on his knees, asking the boy what happened, shaking the boy. He would then begin to say, like, wild ninja attacked, and they're upstairs. Sasuke would take out a kunai, slowly creeping upstairs before seeing Orochimaru. Orochimaru ran into this cabin, traveling towards the Leaf Village as he was getting ready. Like, it was about time that they should be doing the tuning exams. So he started to make his way towards the Leaf Village, ran into the cabin, and decided he crashed there for the night. But upon seeing people in it, he killed them, leaving only the young child alive. Orochimaru, seeing Naruto and Sasuke, would instantly see Sasuke, and he would know it was Sasuke because it reminded him of Itachi, and he remembered that Itachi had a little brother. He would instantly mark Sasuke, and Naruto would jump at Orochimaru after the snaky perv just bit his best friend's neck. Then Naruto would swing at him, Orochimaru just dodging, not even lifting a finger, and then kicking Naruto away from him. Naruto then throws a kunai that has a paper bomb on it. He then dives down the stairs as the whole upstairs is exploded. Orochimaru, he starts to shred his shell as he is perfectly fine after shredding himself from his shell. And Naruto is shocked at this. Sasuke is still knocked out from just obtaining a curse mark. Naruto has no option but to run. He picks up Sasuke and He sees the little kid laying there in his father's blood, and he's like, I can't do anything for the young kid. Like, there's nothing I can do for him anymore. And he runs away with Sasuke in his arms. Sorry if I call Naruto Sasuke or Sasuke Naruto, but let's continue. So now Naruto has nowhere to go. His family, somebody he thought close to him, killed. Sasuke had been knocked out for a couple of minutes now, and he still hadn't woken up. Naruto was scared and shocked at this, at seeing, having to face against Orochimaru. He's scared. This is truly a cruel world they live in. Naruto had to, come to terms with that. After a few hours, he would then see a figure approaching him. It was the same shape of the man he had just fought. Orochimaru had followed them and found them, finally. He would then place a curse mark. He would then, look at Naruto's neck and attempt to place a curse mark on Naruto. But Naruto, seeing what that did to Sasuke, would swiftly avoid. There's nothing Naruto can do. He's out of all options. He's exhausted. He can't fight against this man. And so his eyes begin to glow a red. The Kyuubi chakra is leaked. He begins to devastate Orochimaru, pouncing on him with one punch, destroying one of his arms. Orochimaru then begins to fight back against the tail beast. It gets so heated that Naruto develops 3 more tails. The four tails begin to leak out, and Orochimaru cannot deal with this Naruto at all. Orochimaru has no option but to put Naruto to sleep, as he then knocks Naruto out. Naruto is tired. He wakes up. It's 3 a.m. Don't say anything in the comments. But so Naruto wakes up in the Sound Village. He is a red bright girl is looming over him. Ah, you're finally awake, huh? I heard that you were also in Uzumaki. And the girl with the red bright hair and glasses continues to loom over him, as I'm going to end it here. Hopefully this remake will continue going. I enjoyed making it, and so I might just continue it even if it doesn't do well. I know my channel's pretty dead, so I don't expect it to do well, but whatevs. Bye guys.